Hey, thanks for joining the call, Fego, our esteemed student. Um, just in your own sort of like words, right? What was your situation before you joined Digital Business School, and what actually made you decide that, you know what, this sounds pretty good. I want to enroll with these guys.
So before I started, I was earning a pretty decent wage at my current role. I knew that it wasn't something that I wanted to do long term, and I wanted to kind of like look towards building an actual career for myself. Um, and one day I was just having a conversation with a friend, and he literally said to me, "You know, you could be a great BA because." So he referred me to digital business school. I had a conversation with Ayo and basically just got like an overview of what it entails and what the course was going to basically give me as well. And from there, I just knew that, okay, this is something that I want to do, it's something I can do. And yeah, that's how I got into the course.
Okay, cool, cool. And what would you say, sort of like, is the or which part of the program would you say had the biggest impact in you, sort of like securing your role, sort of like subsequently?
Oh, definitely the internship.
Yeah.
So with the internship, it's a very um, hands-on, real life approach. And the reason why I say this is because when I started my first job, the first, I think, week two of the internship was the first task that I was given to deliver within 1 week. So
Wow. Okay.
it was literally amazing just being able to go back to the recording or just to go back to look at the process map that I had made and just be like, okay, this is the starting point. This is how it should look. This is how it should kind of be formatted. And once I delivered that piece of work, everyone was just like, wow, 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 this is so amazing. But it's literally basic. And for the course, it was
Yeah.
like basic things that we were taught. So
And the first deliverables is usually very, very critical, especially in a new role, because if you do that right and you nail that, they tend to leave you alone, right? Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
just let us carry on. We trust the deliverables, and we know that we can put in front of senior management team, and we'll be fine. Okay, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Um, are there any specific skills or techniques that you learned um that you had to use during your interview? So did you have any like presentations in your interviews, or are there any sort of like questions that they particularly asked you that you just, like, okay, I've done that, and you were able to like relay back?
Um, Yeah, so one thing we did during the internships is that we would always present our work.
Hmm.
So obviously that teaches you how to speak in front of an audience and how to actually explain the work that you've done rather than just presenting it and being like, okay, this is what I've done, you figure it out, sort of thing. So I think definitely that helped in interviews because essentially you're presenting the work that you had done previously.
Hmm.
And basically making them understand the impact that you had at previous workplaces. So yeah, I think definitely the presenting side of things during the internship. Another side as well, I think that was transferred from the course is, the I guess the knowledge that you get from all the information that is on the site. So every week we're asked to um, do some independent learning through the site and carry out a task to show that you understand
Hmm.
that learning basically. And I think obviously that just gives you the basics of what a BA does and what um, the necessary skills are to carry out that kind of role. So when I was in interviews, I was able to basically share my knowledge on the life cycle of a VA
Yeah.
or of a project or all these kind of things, um, and use that as a way to show my skills. So yeah.
Okay, cool, cool. That's good. So in terms of monetary and advancements, right?
Mhm.
Scaling. So roughly, sort of like, you don't have to. I mean, you can give the exact figures or ballpark, right? So how much were you sort of like making your previous role before you became a BA, versus
Mhm.
now that you're a business analyst, and you've been doing BA for a minute now? So what's sort of like the salary band difference?
Difference. So in the first role that I was able to secure, it was about 50K more than my previous role. And then in the second role that I was able to secure was about 23 to 25K more. So yeah, quite a big difference.
Yeah, and what would you say that has allowed you to be able to do that you couldn't do before?
Um, it's definitely enabled me to be able to live a bit more freely.
Yeah,
Basically, it just gives you that freedom to
yeah.
kind of know that like you're not so restricted in what you're able to finance or what you're able to like do for your family and whatnot.
Mm.
So yeah, it just gives you more freedom, really.
Okay, that's good. How would you say your day look like as a BA? So are you like elongated in meetings? Is it like sort of like split across board? Are you working from home? Is it hybrid? Sort of what does your day look like, typically speaking?
So I'm doing hybrid.
Okay.
And my day looks different each day. I think with a BA, the good thing is that you're a bit of in control of what your day looks like.
Mm,
So I work quite well with my calendar and I will block out time if I need focus time or if I've been given a task and I know that people might disturb me during the time, I'll put myself as do not disturb on Teams. Um, and yeah, just using that kind of to navigate how my day looks.
yeah,
Um, some days are all meetings, no work,
of course. Yeah,
but the meetings are integral to
the
for
work.
you to be able to do your work because that's where you
Yeah.
collect all the information and kind of just build relationships as well, which is obviously one of the main things that you need to do as a BA. Um, and then some days is just more so like your calendar might be empty, but people
Mm,
are coming to you with different queries and like you might jump into a meeting randomly with people. So it really depends. Every day looks different.
yeah.
And I think that's a good thing about the role,
Yeah.
because every day is the same and it doesn't become boring like doing the same tasks.
And you
Um,
you you get to meet some weird and wonderful stakeholders.
yes, 100%. And dealing with a lot of resistance, but
Yeah,
that just comes with it. So you just
that's
need to
part of
be a bit of a
it.
talker and a bit of a charmer.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It goes a
yeah,
long way. That goes a long way. A good smile always brightens the day.
100%.
Yeah, okay. So post sort of like your training at Digital Business School, how would you say the support system has been like in terms of help from your team members or from your mentors in terms of allowing you to stay motivated, staying on track, and even in your roles now, do you have sort of like exposure still to your mentors? If there's something that you're not quite sure of you've been asked to do, can you just go back and ask questions, or have you just been you know left in the wild wild west, figure
Oh
it out
no.
yourself?
So Ayo and Kenny have been amazing throughout the whole process. So during interviews, I was always able to like send my job spec to them and just be like, can you give me like a basic overview of how I should prepare for this, what I should focus on during my preparation? And they've always had open and honest conversations with me, which I value because, for instance, they could just lie to me. They've collected the money, they've done the course. They could just say, you know what, this job you're gonna smash the interview. But sometimes I might send a job and it's kind of like, this is quite technical for your first role, or this is quite, So they're very honest, and even post getting a job, um, they've maintains that same level of transparency and like just being open to me coming to them with queries and questions or even just having normal conversations around how the job is going.
Mm.
And yeah, I find that that support has really um, been key to me maintaining success even whilst I'm at the role now. So
Okay, that's good. That's good. So there's post job support that's been
Mhm.
offered as well. Okay, just a few more, couple more. What would you say to someone that's maybe potentially considering joining digital business school, but maybe they feel unsure or they're scared to start? You know, the fear of the unknown is always there, right? What would you say to someone like that?
Now, run. Um, I think my main thing is I think a lot of people look at the price point and think it's going to be this is too much, like courses should be £400. But trust me, it's worth every single penny. The amount of work that they put in um behind the scenes is you can't even is I think it's beyond monetary value, to be honest. It's not a course that they just leave you hanging, which I really appreciate. They genuinely care, and you can see that they're true experts. So gaining that kind of proximity to such people who have 10 to 12 years of experience um, is just something that you can't even put money behind. So I would say run, don't walk.
Okay, thank you. And a final one, because I know you've got a meeting. If you were to use one word to describe digital business school, what would that be?
Transformational.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Yeah, and we'll keep in touch, obviously, with the roles and stuff like that. And yeah, that's great. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day and
Thank
enjoy your
you.
meeting.
Thank
All right,
you. Yeah,
later.
bye.
Bye bye.